Griffin Easter, con el Zorro. Champions Trophy, congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Ben.
Winning Transcordilleras, the 8-day, brutal.
Brutal.
We talked a bit yesterday about how difficult it is to encapsulate everything that is Colombia, everything that is Transcordilleras, but I'm still going to ask you, what was it like?
Well, it was, I've been down here I came down here in 2017 and I raced La Vuelta a Colombia. That race was one of the hardest races I've ever done, but it was a road race.
Road stage race.
Road stage race.
Yes, just happened here.
Yeah. So that I thought was one of the hardest races I'd done.
Which is fastest.
However, after doing Transcordilleras, we weren't on the road, we were on the dirt roads, and it's a completely different ball game. Mm-hmm. So I would say this is probably like the hardest racing I've ever done.
What in particular? Because this is my first time here. I just did the 3-day. It's been interesting to see my friends' reactions to the stats on Strava, because just the raw numbers are pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Of just the altitude gain.
Yep.
I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with it.
No, like
it's the fact that there are 47,000 boulders on the climbs, and then even worse on descents.
On the descents.
Before I came here, I thought I liked going downhill on dirt.
Yeah.
And then I realized
not here.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I found myself enjoying the climbing more.
Yeah.
Because you could, twofold, because for once you could actually get into a rhythm. Mm-hmm. Two, there was a rider here who was in second overall, a Christian, and he was on his mountain bike.
Yes.
So we would all be together in the group, like the top 5 guys, and we would finally crest the climbs. And then it seemed like it was anywhere from an hour to sometimes 2 hours that we would be descending these gnarly dirt, bouldery, chunky roads.
Yeah.
And he would just sit up like a mountain biker, and he would just take off. And so we were pushing our bikes, our gravel bikes, like way beyond anything that like I've ever had to push it to. So you're just getting hammered with all the chatter from the terrain and trying to keep up speed, not crash. And it's not just a straight down road, it's like the road is never straight. So it's these just like, you're coming into these gnarly 180-degree turns. Sometimes it turns into like corrugated cement. So it's like even steeper into the bank turns. And like these guys grew up in these roads and in these terrains. And so they're like, you're going so fast into these gnarly turns, and you're just hoping that your tires, your position on your body is okay, because you're just like hanging on through the turns, and like, but you get out of these descents and you're just destroyed. Like your upper body is just getting pummeled like the whole time. So I think that was the hardest part, and that was just like day after day after day that was happening. So it wasn't just like one day and then it was relaxed, or it was an easier course. Right. It was like from stage 1 to stage 4, it was the hardest. Like we all said the same thing. You would finish a stage and you say, that was the hardest day on a bike I've ever had in my entire life. And then
6 more coming up.
Yeah. The next day we said the exact same thing every day. So that's it was just, it's no joke. The Andes are a very rugged.
Andes don't play.
They don't play. Yeah.
So I'm just looking at your bike here. It looks like Schwalbe G1 Overland.
Yes.
Is that a 42 or 45 up front?
These 45 front and rear.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the G1 Overlands, and I didn't want to. I'm pretty superstitious. Yep. So like in the past I've flatted quite a lot in races, and this was like by far I was the happiest I've ever been on a set of tires. Like the Schwalbe is new for us this year, and so I hadn't raced on them, and they like superseded any expectation I had. I didn't run inserts, just stands sealant inside, and I'd set it. At first I set it with like 34. I think I set it at 40 at the first day. Yep. And then it would just like slowly just kept going down.
Lower, yeah.
And I would just kind of give it a squeeze, because sometimes you just didn't have a pump or.
Yeah. What did you pack for gear? Did you feel like you were over-prepared or under-prepared? Like, what was dialed and what was like, what are you going to change for next year?
So I was overpacked, big time. Russell too. We had decided to bring puffy jackets, and
it's 94 degrees.
It's 94 degrees. Yeah. Just sweating like somebody's pouring water over your head, and that just even knowing that you have a puffy in your pack is just demoralizing. Like you're like. you're looking over at the locals and they have nothing on their bike. Especially the mountain biker, he had like tiny little bags. So you learn a lot after the first bike packing race. I've never done one before. So I had toiletries. That was actually like the biggest non-cycling thing that I had. Was like my toiletries, which would go up here in the front, as well as like electrical cords, like an iPhone charger, USB for the Garmin, and then like a multi-block that you put in the wall. 2 bottles of mini bottles of stands. And I had to carry this. So a lot of people are putting it in their pocket, but the rule is if you lose what's the name?
It's the fox.
The fox.
Or like El Zorro.
El Zorro. If you lose the Zorro, you're disqualified from the race. So I actually was packing it inside because I didn't want to lose it. Because I lost my wallet at the race. I've lost almost everything at this race. Lost my bottles every day. So I was like, I got to put it in the bag. So yeah. And then back here, this was like my gym, I just had like a pair of Lululemon shorts, like a dry fit shirt, socks. I brought two bibs, 2 jerseys, 2 pairs of socks. But the puffy, I don't want to bring I brought a pretty thick rain jacket too. That also was not needed. If anything, just a very lightweight jacket, something like that. And then tools was in this pouch area here.
This looks like a lot of tools.
It was actually quite a lot. I had chain lube on there too. So we kind of wanted to err more on the side of heavier tool, and then I learned that maybe less clothes. It's like if you had it's so rough, the terrain, that you want to have everything you might need to fix problems. Because
you're a long way out of something sideways.
Yeah, exactly.
So for the record, Transcordilleras is a bike packing stage race, but everyone stays in hotels, so you're not bringing a sleeping bag or a bivy sack or anything like this. But everything but the sleeping necessities is on your bike. There's also some folks doing a supported version, but they were not part of the race. So former world champion, Olympic champion Annemiek van Vleuten was out here balling out, but not part of the race, was having her stuff carried. So that's why there's a lot of stuff on here, but not a
lot of stuff on here.
Bag.
No sleeping bag though. But this race was. I wish you would have come for the whole 8 days, so you could have really seen just the descents. Like the 3 days that we did, they were gnarly, but the 4 days, I wish you could have also seen those. I think you got to do the 8 day.
I'm keen to come back. For more days. But not necessarily more days of racing. I want to come back for more days of riding. And my wife and my daughter are super eager to get here, so I think that's our plan for next year. And I recommend anyone who has never been to Colombia, by all means, come check it out. The culture is fantastic. The food's fantastic. It just everything about the riding is so hard, but everything else is so
easy.
Like people have been so welcoming and accommodating and patient. It's been a treat.
It's been awesome.
Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Well done, sir.
Thanks, Ben. Good to see you.
See you.
Y en primer lugar, después de 8 días de batalla, tenemos a Griffin Easter. Desde Estados Unidos.
En español, muchas gracias. ¿En español? Muchas gracias. Vale. Sí.
El Zorro.